Is it that person has a low self-esteem, or is it that you don't know how to treat other people? You go around reenacting your childhood with other people that you don't know, total strangers. You know what makes me upset is when people say things like, well, when you had a low self-esteem, I could easily manipulate you. And no. Instead of you saying that I had a low self-esteem, why couldn't you say, you know what, I did not know how to treat someone that was actually kind and genuine and upfront with me and was non-judgmental towards me and did not put pressure on me. I did not know how to socialize because at home I would do all these good things and my parents never ever gave me acknowledgement. But when I was acting out, I was doing things that did not make sense. That was the only time I ever seen my parents have energy for me. That's the only time I ever seen my parents drive up and down the school to look for me. When I was bullying other people's kids, when I was being unsavory, unpleasant, just a sour pussycat. That's the only time my parents, I could see them actually put effort. They were looking for me. They were constantly giving me a pep talk. They were shouting at me. So now, all I know is create chaos. All I know now is, I need to be memorable. I need to be unforgettable in your life. And if that means me being unforgettable and memorable in your life is me creating chaos and turmoil for you, I'm going to do that. Not say, oh, when you were so much better when you had a low self-esteem. No, I've been through a lot, but I'm not letting what I've been through run my life, change my personality, change my perspective on life, make me give up on everything. I'm not like you. I'm not like you. Were you, when one person said something offline to you, now you're treating everybody like nothing. You're treating everyone like scum at the bottom of your shoe. You're treating everyone as a fan. You think you have a fan base. And it's like, no, that really pisses me off. It really pisses me off when someone says, oh, well, you had a low self-esteem. No, you don't know how to treat people. You don't know. You carry your baggage from whatever childhood that you've had. You carry it instead of fixing yourself, instead of sitting with yourself, instead of saying, wait, why do I need those people's validation? Why do I need a sorry? Silence is closure enough. So you go around and you reenact. You go overboard. You cause chaos. You cause inner turmoil because you know that's the only way that you'll be unforgettable. That's the only way that you'll leave a lasting stain in people's lives. So no, I did not have a low self-esteem. I cared about you. You see, unlike you, I don't treat people the way they treat me. When they're not nice to me, I don't go around going, okay, I'm not going to be nice to everybody else now. Okay, yeah, you determine the way I treat other people. No, I'm not a bot. I'm not a robot. It's not that person had a low self-esteem. It's you that did not know how to sit with someone like that. You did not know. You looked at that person with envy. Oh, competition. You're in such a competition with everyone that you see. Why are you in a race? What race is this? Life? What's the prize? Do we get a prize at the end of this race? Do I get an all-expenses paid trip to Mauritius? If I win, what is the prize? And then you go around and then you cause chaos, you inflict pain, you trigger people, you just cause all this rah. You constantly make people fight and fight because that's what you know, that's all you know. And then you run off people who are actually genuinely good for you. Genuine, kind people. People who don't use what they've been through to their advantage. They don't say, okay, you know what? My mom didn't tell me she was proud of me. My mom didn't tuck me in the cold winter days So you know what? I'm going to take it out on all of y'all. No, that's you. You need to take responsibility for the fact that you don't know how to treat people. You think everyone is out to get you, and that's a you problem. That's a you problem. Either you go to your parents, you go to your guardian, you go to your aunt, your granny, and you say, hey, I need an apology because I'm actually running away good people. I don't know how to take someone's kindness. I think people's kindness is a form of weakness to me. Because when I was trying to show kindness, I got stepped on. And I don't know how to handle that. I don't know how to separate myself from someone else's actions, someone else's nonsense, and say, that's you and I am me. So I go around driving people up the wall, being in this competition with them, one-sided competition, constantly triggering them, writing down their failures, writing down their past mistakes so I can use it against them. I don't know how to actually be a normal, likable person. I have to either create chaos and let that be the last memory that someone has of me. Because if I'm genuine, I'm kind, I'm nice, I'm patient, God, no, that person's not going to think of me. That person's not going to remember me. You have a low self-esteem. You had a low self-esteem. No, let's normalize saying no. It's not that she had a low self-esteem. She was just being herself. She was being upfront with herself. She was saying, you know what, you are a total stranger. I'm not going to treat you the way people were treating me. Like, you have not given me any go-ahead to treat you like that. Why don't you just say, I need to actually stay away from people and actually fix myself. I need to find out why I seek so much validation through chaos. Why do I think it's so important for me to just create nonsense in order for someone to actually fight? Me seeing people fight and raise their voice and tweak and lose their minds is a form of, you care about me. You care so much. You care so much. Look at that. You're fighting. You care. No, you need to fix yourself. And if you don't want to ask closure from your parents, leave the rest of us alone. Stop telling us, oh, you're insecure. You need to be a bit more mean. You need to just be a sour. You just need to be a Sour Patch Kid. No, you need to start telling those people, hey, you need to figure yourself out. You need to actually fix yourself. You need to go find the source, go ask for an apology, and if you don't get an apology, you need to accept that, listen, I'm fine either way. Not create chaos and unrest for other people and disturb people's peace in order for you to have a lasting impression. You're actually making people lose respect for you that way. People are looking at you like, what the hell? This person is looking me up and down. This person is constantly, oh my God, your hair. Oh my gosh, the way you speak. Oh my gosh, your mouth. Oh my God, oh my God. Be by yourself. Sit with yourself. You don't have to seek out people. And it's usually people that don't want to be with themselves. Magically. How do you not want to be with yourself? Why don't you want to deal with your inner thoughts? Do you have an inner monologue? Do you think, maybe? But that's a you problem. No, we don't have a low self-esteem. You don't know what kindness and genuine looks like. You don't know what someone is doing out of the goodness of their heart looks like. All you know is, oh, I owe you. You owe me. And what you need to do is go back to the source, get your apology, or keep it to yourself. But stop running around and saying, oh, when you had a low self-esteem, you were better. You were better when you had a low self-esteem. I didn't have a low self-esteem. I actually was considering you. I was actually being thoughtful of you. I think that's not what, you don't know how to do that. Just say you don't know how to do that. You don't know how to be considerate. You don't know how to be thoughtful. You don't know how to be kind. You don't know how to stay in your place, stay in your business, and stop using other people's past against them. You don't know how to do that. All you know is, Let me write down. Let me investigate. Let me try. Let me leech. Let me latch on. Paws, hands, feet, all over this person's life. And that's a you problem. So no, I repeat again, we do not have a low self-esteem. Stay the way you are, sweetheart. If you're genuine, if you're kind, if you're not using what has happened to you and you're using it as a stepping stone to step on other people's necks, be that kind, genuine person. Don't let these weirdos, these freakos, change you. Because a lot of them, really, they can't sit with themselves. And it's getting to a point now where it's like, come on now, you need to sit with yourself. A decade has passed. You need to be able to sit with yourself or get professional help. Detox, run, drink water. But don't make it my problem. Don't make me a footstool that you can kick and step on and break. And then think, oh, yeah, you have a low self-esteem. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you have a low self-esteem. No, you don't think you're good enough to be around kind, genuine people. You don't value yourself. You don't feel that you need to be around. You feel you don't need that treatment. You feel undeserving of that type of treatment. So what you do, because you can't handle your emotions, you start acting out. You do what you do to your parents, acting out. Because when you were getting awards, when you were passing with flying colors, they didn't even buy you ice cream. They didn't even give you a high five. But when you were crazy, when you were doing stupid things, that's the only time they call the whole family. So no, you're not going to take that out on me. You're not going to take that out on us. People who don't use the treatment that we've gotten from other people as a way to justify causing unrest, disturbing people's peace and tranquility. You're not going to use that. You're going to figure out yourself alone or go to the source and get closure. I just wanted to say that. What are you doing? What are you doing?